Hi everybody, welcome to this new episode for the Gen AI Nerd channel. And in this channel I want to show you a specific new application in ChatGPT, namely the Canva integration. So as you might have heard, OpenAI has announced that they are now kind of integrating apps into their platform. One of these apps is Canva. And I'm always triggered when there is a new opportunity to create slides with ChatGPT, and that's actually what the Canva integration promises to do, because this is really something that I often see when I give workshops for managers and executives, that's kind of the killer use case that I would like to have, and they're actually often very disappointed about what is possible in ChatGPT. Of course, you have applications like Gamma.app, which are already much better in this kind of things, but I think now with this Canva integration, there is a new opportunity. So let's check it out. What I will do is first of all briefly explain how you can enable the Canva connector that you need. Then I will show you an example, and finally I will share with you kind of my first impressions regarding this new application. So let's get started. Yes, so here we are in my ChatGPT environment, and in order to use this Canva integration, you need a number of things. First of all, you need a subscription, so you need at least a ChatGPT Plus account. And then if you go to your account, you can go to settings, and there you now have apps and connectors. And you see I now have Google Calendar, and you see here a lot of other connectors possible, but we cannot yet see the Canva connector. That's because it's not available in Europe. So what I now need to do is to first establish a VPN connection with the US, and then these alternative and additional connectors will show up. So let me briefly do that, and then I can show you the difference. Okay, so now I'm connected to the US, so let's do the same thing. We go to settings and apps and connectors, and now you see that my Canva emerges. I also have enabled the Spotify app, so that's where you can communicate with Spotify, but here I will focus on the Canva application. So that's what you need to do to be able to use the Canva integration in ChatGPT. So let me now show the example. So what did I do here? I actually simply uploaded here a PDF. That's a deep research report that I created on challenges of startups in Germany. That's a topic on which I often have to give presentations. So I asked ChatGPT with the deep research to create for me a report about the most important challenges. And so this PDF I uploaded here, and then I simply asked create a detailed description for a 7-slide deck based on the attached document. And then actually it provided me kind of a slide-by-slide description, so that we can see here. And then I did a follow-up prompt saying, use Canva to create a slide presentation, use a professional layout in the style of consulting firms like BCG. And then you see it enabled this Canva app, this Canva integration. And then actually I got as output 4 different options. So actually 4 different slide decks. And then just by clicking on it, you go to Canva, and then you can see what it has created. So let us now take a look at the output that it has created for me. Yes, so this was the first slide deck that it created for me. And to be honest, this one I was not very enthusiastic about. The layout looks a bit strange. It also has this kind of Canva watermark in the images. So this was a bit of a strange presentation that didn't make a lot of sense to me. But actually the 3 others were much better. Yeah? So if I go to the second option, here I think we already have a nice presentation, clean, with the visuals here. There's not a watermark. I think here we can also see what is exactly the image might not be that great, but apart from that, actually this already looks like a very nice slide presentation. This one is a bit more text heavy, so you see it really creates variations in terms of how text heavy should it be. But this one also seemed to be actually quite nice. And then I have a last one again that I think you can really use as a first draft. And then of course now here in Canva I can just start further optimizing. Also here you have a kind of chatbot to further work on it. Now I'm here in the free account, so my opportunities are quite limited here. But at least you can see that now very quickly in ChatGPT we can create some very nice first draft of a slide deck. Now the question that I always get is, can you also kind of start from your own template? I tried several things, simply by uploading a file in ChatGPT or creating a design here in Canva and then adding the link to my prompt, but all these things didn't seem to work out. So that's still kind of a limitation. It seems still to be quite difficult to kind of input your own template so that it can really start using that. And that would be really the killer application for a lot of companies and consultants. But so that doesn't seem to be yet the case. Another remark that I have to make is when you connect with Canva, so when the first time you enable this connector, it asks you to opt in quite a lot of things. So it's clear that Canva then to some extent has access to data that you share with ChatGPT. And that, of course, creates some data privacy issues. So I now only use it here in my private ChatGPT account where I never use sensitive data that I mainly use for experimentation. But I think in a company context, I think we still need to be a bit careful here. So there I would still be a bit hesitant to start using this at the moment because I think it's not yet fully clear what is possible, not possible for kind of these third parties like Canva to look into your ChatGPT data. So I think that's an important remark. It seems to be going in the right direction to really create very nice slides in ChatGPT. But first of all, the templates, that's still an issue. And I think also in terms of data privacy, data security, we have to be a bit careful here. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you today. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hope to see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.